Hello Gemini, it's September 2013, Didici here from astrology.com.au and broadcasting from the Gold Coast here in Australia. I've travelled here, normally as some of you know I live in the Philippines, but I've come back here and hence a bit of a delay along with some technical difficulties as usual. You know what computers are like. Venus is in your 5th house now, so you need to make hay while the sun shines up till around the 11th of September. With Venus there in your 5th house of romantic affairs, a great period for you to really enjoy the company of those you love. It's also enhancing to your aura. So there's no point staying at home if you've got this wonderful beneficial vibration of Venus influencing you for the good now. You need to get that out there and show off a little bit, because you will attract attention. And if you're looking for a good relationship, this is one of the prime transits of the zodiac that's very, very helpful to you in that sense. So where are we now? 6, you've got around 5 days. Don't waste that perfectly good energy for improving your relationships. Up till the 22nd of September, current cycle of the sun in the 4th house is activating your domestic circumstances. This can be problematic for your mother and for the matriarchal side of the family, the older females of the family. And but it does show that you're interested in the heritage, your background, family affairs generally, and you'll be putting a lot more energy into that area right now. Land, houses, ecology, the environment, these are also extensions of the meaning of the sun in the 4th house, especially now with the green movement and climate change. You may be exhibiting a bit more of an interest in that area through this period of your life. Mercury also augments that transit by being in the same area, but only up until the 9th, because it's a quicker moving transit. And you can communicate these ideas to the family. You may be trying to convince or persuade someone within the family circle to think along your lines of thought in these matters. We see the transit of Mars up until the 15th of October, moving through your 3rd house. Now this makes you very combative, it makes you very forceful in your opinions. So I could link this transit to the previous one to say that if you're trying to convince someone of your way of thinking and your opinions, it's best to go a little more gently and just to coax them rather than push them, because that's only going to serve to cause them to retaliate or to not want to accept your viewpoint at all. September 8th to the 29th, we have that transit of Mercury in the 5th house. So your thinking is going to be along the lines of how to improve your creativity, maybe reinvigorate one of your hobbies or pastimes right now. And for those of you that are interested in writing, speaking, public speaking, Mercury gets a very, very fine sort of lift in its potential. So it makes you calculative, it makes you strategic. So games of chance and also speculation in terms of the way you spend your money. You might want to gamble a little bit of money at this time. And Mercury is your ruling planet. So I'd say this is a period when some of you can actually win. So I'd be saying in a measured dose, take a punt and put something on the line, because you could just be lucky this month. The sun opposes the midheaven. Midheaven has to do with, pardon me, your work. So it might be showing that you are not in step or in sync with the people around you. Your ideas may be at odds with theirs. This is showing us a period up to around September 12th, 13, 14, 15, depending on when you're born. And Venus is also going to transit into the 6th house of your work around the 10th. So this is interesting because it shows you may have ideas for improving the working environment. But you know, most people are not quite as creative. They're not also maybe as communicative as you. And right now you want to take the initiative to create a better working environment for people. You may be stymied by those who just have no interest in that. The other thing is that you need to talk to the people that count. There's no point whinging to your co-workers if they have no power to change things. So this is a time when you need to approach people in authority to improve things. And this will take place around the 10th of September all the way up until October 7th. So here's your opportunity. And it also shows that your talents creatively can be recognised now. So don't hide those talents. The square of the sun to the natal sun is not particularly good. It can show some health troubles for you, especially around the middle part of the month. Do take care in that area. Mercury does trine your natal sun, so it's a good idea to communicate and seek out information for improving your health just now, especially online or through people that have a better source of information than you do. The sun is also in the 5th house after the 21st of September. This is a month-long transit that also affects your self-expression. You can see that there's a lot of self-expression coming out in these transits, but it also shows you may burn an amorous affair here. You may be seeking too much pleasure. You may be making too many demands on the one that you love, and that could cause them to turn away. 5th house also has to do with children. Ditto for the above. Be careful not to push your children, especially if you've got teen children. This could be a rebellious period for them, and you may have your work cut out for you in trying to convince them of your way of thinking. Lead by example, I say. Mars is in a nice aspect to the sun. Your vigor and self-confidence are up. And we see here that any sort of promotion or new job is likely and is favoured by this transit. You've got more power than usual, so you need to direct that into areas that are going to help your work and to not wear yourself out physically, because these two planets indicate that you're likely to overstep the mark of self-regulation and constraint. Mercury, when it moves into the 6th house, as it will after the 28th, towards the end of the month, brings you much more in touch with what's necessary in your day-to-day life. You know, getting your diary in order, getting your schedule together, and maybe even doing a bit of spring cleaning, clearing out the cupboards and that mess that's made it hard for you to really focus on the work that's important. That's augmented by the transit of Jupiter in a fine aspect to your career sector. That's going to continue till the 14th of October, and it gives you a bit more optimism in your work. Whereas if you've been feeling that you're treading water, now you can start to feel as though you're actually getting somewhere, which is nice. Hope to keep in touch with you next month. Until then, please visit my site, astrology.com.au. We have a more detailed analysis of the month in focus, along with your daily and yearly readings. And don't forget, of course, our free psychic readings and the practitioners that are there that are always happy to help you with more personal problems. Do contact us. Take care now.